Never.
Hello.
Hello.
So today we are making macaroni and cheese with some chicken and asparagus. So today I'm going to be making the macaroni and cheese.
Yep.
But first we have to wait till my grandma comes because we have to put other stuff in there. But we have to wait to turn on the stove because if we don't wait for her, then it's not going to be baked.
And I want to add, always have adult supervision when you are turning on a stove or oven, anything like that.
Because
Go ahead,
you can
Janessa.
get burned, and if you just turn it on easily, then your hand might touch the stove and your skin will boil.
Let me ask you a question, Janessa. So what are what are you making today? Can we walk over and see exactly?
Sure.
Hold that. Point to get a picture of your chops.
We're making this.
What is that?
It is chopsticks.
Pork chops.
Pork chops. Right now, there's some that are boiling.
That are air frying.
And an air frying. And my grandma, when she comes home, she's going to start cooking these asparaguses that I washed. And I put them first on a pan with a napkin on it. Then I put them on a plate because the napkin was getting too wet.
That's a long video you're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So the whole dinner that we're having is, don't forget the rice.
Oh, and rice.
And
we're
rice.
having corn.
And corn. And asparagus. So we're having, say everything, put it back over there and say everything what you're having.
So we're having asparagus. We're having rice. We're having, what is it called? Chopsticks.
Pork chops.
Pork chops. We're having macaroni and cheese. And we're having
Elote.
corn and rice and asparagus. So that is our dinner. And we have to wait for my grandma because we need to wait for her. So this is the thing. And also, there's 3 rules that me and my grandpa want to tell you guys.
Okay, rule number 1.
Rule number 1. Never, ever turn on the stove when there's no parents home. And if your parents are sleeping and you want to cook something, always wake up your parents before you do that because you never know if the stove could get very, 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 very hot. So you really need to have adult supervision when you're cooking by yourself.
There you are.
Second
Okay.
is that never, ever, ever, ever grab a pan that is hot off of the stove, or never touch it, or never touch the water in it, or never touch the food that's inside of that pan because you may get burned, and that is not good because if you get burned, it's gonna hurt.
It's going to hurt bad.
And rule number 3, the most important rule. How about you could say number 3?
Rule number 3. Never, ever, ever do anything that is unsafe. Always safety first. And you look, and before you do it, you think, should I be doing this with no supervision, or should I go get my grandmother or grandpa or mommy or daddy to see if it's okay to do it?
And if you think yes, children, you are having a bad guess, because what if you left the house without adult supervision? What if you weren't looking and you walked down the streets alone and you got ran over?
Exactly.
That would not be good. And as well as a stove.
But as well as a stove. So that's right. She is completely right. Always, always.
Have adult supervision.
Always adult supervision.
Even if you're older, it does not matter. You still have to have adult supervision
So,
because
right. Go ahead, baby.
So, right now my papa's gonna talk.
We have 5 minutes left for the pork chops, and when we pull them out, we'll show you. Come over here. We'll show you exactly how much how the pork chops look when they come out. Also, another thing that we like to display, but since we are making a YouTube video, we don't really want to be having the hair all over the place.
So, I'm going to go get a hair tie, people,
She's
and
gonna-
I'm going to put my hair up.
So we'll be back.
Hey guys, we're back. My hair's up in a ponytail now.
And that's because we don't want, when we serve the food, we don't want somebody to sit down and have
eat.
somebody's hair.
Yeah. Ew, that does not taste good. Also, number 4th rule. Never, ever, ever go out the house. Because even if you're a big kid, doesn't matter. You still have to have adult supervision because you never know if you don't know what you're doing, and you could burn some of the house or you could burn yourself, because even if you're adult and sometimes you don't know a lot of things that you're cooking and you don't know how to cook it, sometimes you could get in really big danger. So every single cooking dinner, you always have to have adult supervision if you want to cook with your adult
Okay,
family.
let me ask you a question. So let's just say that your papa or an adult is in the restroom and somebody knocks at the door. Do you go answer it?
No, because you never know if that is a stranger that wants to break in your house and steal other kids.
Correct. So what do you do?
So you just lock the doors, you be quiet, you close all the curtains and act like no one's home.
Right? Or you can go get your papa.
Or you could go get your parents and you could
Or your parents, yes.
and you could hide with them, or you could just hide and
Well, why are
say-
you hiding? You don't know who's there. You just say, who is it?
Yeah, you just say who is it.
But
and
you
if-
have to let your papa do that.
And if they say if they don't say something, then that means they're probably a bad person. And even if you want to answer the door because you think it's one of your family members that your parents ordered over here, it still doesn't matter. Even if you guys think that, doesn't mean you guys have to open the door, because even if you guys open the door, you guys could be in very danger.
Okay, so let them know this is the end of the video right now. You can watch it. More of Janessa and Papa
And also, guys,
on
click
YouTube.
on YouTube, and it's called Me and Papa channel, and it's called Janessa and Papa channel, cooking shows. And next week we are going to, on Easter, we are going to, the day before Easter, we're going to show you guys how to make eggs. We're going to make those eggs. We're going to show you guys how to cook them. And here is the box.
Well, on our next video,
The
we'll
box.
show you. Janessa will demonstrate on opening the box and show you everything that's in there. Oh, pork chops are done.
Pork chops are done, guys.
Look at these.
Let's see what they look
Wow.
like. Look, guys, how delicious those yummy pork chops look.
Here, I'll bring out. I'm going to take one, though, and I'm going to cut it and make sure that it is completely done.
Because if you guys ever cut... Oh, also, another rule. 5th rule. This is the most important rule of the whole entire city.
Okay.
Never, ever, ever grab a knife without adult supervision. Because if you cut something, you could end up cutting your hand. And you guys know that that's not ever, ever going to be good. Even if you guys think it's going to be good, it still is not going to be good. So you guys need to not ever in your whole life touch a knife, because even if
We're going to do 5 more minutes on the pork chops.
5 more minutes on the pork chops, because they were not fully done.
5 more minutes on the pork chops. Okay, stop it. Let's try to upload it.